Hi, I'm Matt Johnson. I play Matt in the film The Dirties.
My name's Jared Rabb. I'm the producer and cinematographer of The Dirties.
I'm Evan Morgan. I'm the co-writer, co-editor, co-producer of The Dirties.
I'm Matthew Miller, and I'm the producer of The Dirties.
The real producer.
Yeah, he's the oldest one in the room. And Owen's not here, but he's going to be here at 5.
First scene of the movie. Was this always the first scene of the movie? Did you write this scene to be the first scene of the movie?
No, and in fact, actually, this was a big fight. I remember thinking that it was Dusty Mancinelli who saw this scene and said we should put it at the beginning of the film. And I think there was a worry that it was so alienating and confusing because me and Owen are acting so bizarre in this movie without being introduced to our characters. People would be like, what the hell is going on? But then slowly it became an earlier scene.
And we had a different opening with you talking over a whole bunch of production company logos as if it was part of your school project.
Yeah, which is funny because now we have a production company logo opening joke, but it's not
a different one.
It's not funny.
So you guys shot this, and you did a really bad job of finding out who those kids were and what their names were and how to contact their parents.
Yeah.
So then as the grown-up of the group, I literally, a year later, tried to find those kids by going to schools with pictures of the kids, screen grabs, and I thought it would be very challenging and difficult, but it was insanely easy, and their parents were so friendly, and the kids were great, and make sure to watch The Visitor on disc 2.
Yeah, that's right. You can see the movie that they're making here called The Visitor on, I don't know if it's going to be on disc 2 or one big DVD, but it'll be on this DVD. Very cool kid. See, this gets back to sort of old Nirvana the band stuff of us thinking we'll just shoot in public and then if something happens, we'll film it. And this was like a great example of that old style. That's why Owen doesn't say very much because I don't think he really knows what's...
And he was really sick.
So sick. You can hear it in his voice in the scene.
Yeah, he's lost his voice yet. There's no growly it is.
We lost about 3 or 4 days of shooting because Owen could barely talk.
And he was taking oil of oregano, right? Every night he would drink like 10 milliliters of oil of oregano.
I feel like your mic is really low.
Mine?
I don't think so because you can
Really?
see it on the levels.
It keeps peaking.
Well, we're really close to it.
Jay shouldn't have gotten sandwiches.
That's right.
Oh.
If something goes wrong.
No, it's your mic that's peaking, isn't it? Hold on, I'll tap this one. Whoa.
That's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, we're both on the
It's
same.
just don't watch there. Watch the main ones over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See?
We should
It's
be
great.
talking about the movie, not the levels.
Okay.
Well, that's a class. This is just like...
This is every cut is on a laugh in this first section if you watch. This movie is going to be so good. Do you want to talk about that decision?
About cutting them all in laughs? Yeah, it's because I wanted to show like how much fun they were having. And I think the only time we were ever having fun on set is when we were laughing. The rest of it was so hard, like to try to get this stuff. And so like when we are actually laughing, and also it's good cut points. Later in the film, there's a lot of cuts on laughs too. I think they're funny because when Owen is laughing specifically, that he's being his most real. He's a terrible fake laugher, so what he is. So all the laughing is good acting for him.
That stuff was also the first stuff that we shot. It was all the first stuff we ever did was just them making the movie within a movie, which was basically just an excuse for us to, goof off and like 1 minute represents hours and hours and hours of just nonsense footage.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, that was probably.
Oh, this is Greg Biscup's shot right here.
Wow. Yeah, shout out to Greg. He's shooting in the computer room. When he pulls out here and he shows the computers, I always thought that looked really cool. Yeah, for some
Except it's a easy tell that we're shooting in a closed school.
Yeah,
No, it's just that that's the lab they're not using, and that's Josh Bowles right there, bullying the hell out of Josh.
Yeah, that was the guy who had the original idea to make this movie.
And that was one of the few scenes we actually reshot. Like it actual is a reshoot.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll include the original version of that.
Yeah, we should.
On the DVD. There's a much worse version of that exact same scene without Jackman. And here we get into a section of the film that was always really hard to figure out where to put it, which is like Matt and Owen making a documentary about bullying, like not really knowing what their film, The Dirties, was going to be. And I still don't know how I feel about it because it's so... it's definitely clearly kids trying to make a movie, but for me, I'm like, oh, this sucks so bad. Like, Like they're so directionless and they have no idea what they want their movie to be, and that's hard because it makes the movie seem like it's directionless and has no idea what it wants to be. But you guys actually were more. You guys wanted to have that stuff in it more than I did. I wanted to take all this stuff out.
Well, it's so bad that it has to be real. That's the thing. Like, it's so unexceptional that it just makes the world of the movie feel that much more authentic. And also, like, what we've seen so far is you guys fucking around with your mics, and for me, this is always just, okay,
Hi, Jay.
they're having fun putting their mics on people and asking them questions. Like, I don't feel like there's ever any intent that this is going to end up in Matt and Owen's version of the Dirties.
There was also this idea that the movie was so silly off the beginning, and we felt like the card at the beginning with the text, and then this sequence, like when you're making a movie and you're sending it out to festivals, you know, festival programmers are going to turn the movie off within 10 minutes, and I felt like those two beats always would make them have to watch a little longer and take the movie a little more seriously, as opposed to this.
And I got told that actually by the programmer in Vancouver, that he almost turned it off.
Evan, tell me about your framing choice on this shot.
Did I shoot Matt's angle?
No, Owen's.
Owen?
Can you tell?
No, I can't tell. I mean, I think they both look great. I actually prefer Owen's angle. I think it's like more evenly lit,
Well, you get
less sinister.
This shot, I think we reshoot.
Why don't you guys talk about the basement and the art direction and constructing that set?
That was the first 3 days of the entire shoot. We spent completely destroying Evan's parents' basement.
And that's Jared. That's, I think, your specialty in many ways, Jared.
It's destroying basements.
No, you did. You basically dressed that entire set on your own, like with
Yeah.
comics and magic cards and stuff like that. Like,
You turned all the movie posters into like a collage of absurd, you know, like the jokes that you put. There's an Ace Ventura 2 joke over top of the Fight Club poster.
somebody brought that up with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pretty hot in these rhinos.
They said,
Yeah.
"Oh, you have the best joke from Ace Ventura," and I was like, "Yeah, that is the best joke."
It's
from
the
Ace
best
Ventura.
joke from
Although when
90s
we were-
cinema.
Yeah.
When we were remembering it, remember we actually went and got the movie and put it in to watch that scene.
it
We
wasn't
realized
that
our
funny.
memory of it was way better.
Yeah.
No.
It-
It is
the
that
actual-
funny, but here's the thing: is it's obviously like our performance of it might have been better, but it couldn't exist if it weren't for the original
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
line.
So this scene was not shot in a real. I mean, it was shot in a real school, but not like these students know that we're shooting a movie,
Yes.
as opposed to some of the other scenes.
There's
where-
Owen's sisters in the back of this shot.
That's
Not
not,
her,
Oh, we
not
missed.
her.
I wanted to bring up the fact that when you walk, like Matt Miller walks by wrapping up a wireless mic in one of these shots. It's just a few earlier. You'll have to wind it back.
There she is. That's Owen's real life sister.
What, Krista?
No, on the other back there. It's
I
No,
always loved. I
was-
always loved that this guy is on their video team.
He was great.
he's their tech guy.
That's what high school was like, though. 'Cause
Yeah, there'd always be.
He got stuck with him. His other buddies partnered up too quickly.
we shot this at York University in an editing room there and cheated it for the basement.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
that
all.
wasn't the first time.
I think we used like 5 different high schools, but we also used 5 or 6 different editing
Computer
bays
setups.
that we cheated.
Yeah.
And then we're right back here.
If you watch the computer setup really closely, they go from 2 monitors to 1 monitor to 2 monitors to a different monitor.
To having a RAID system, to having no RAID system, to having like a stack of like daisy-chained hard drives, to them being completely gone.
Yes,
think you
no,
can tell
No backup monitor.
This is the scene you could really tell when Owen was dying when he just
his
starts.
voice. Yeah.
No, this was a
This
reshoot.
was a reshoot.
Oh
This was way
shit!
later.
It's the.
But this was a
Malcolm X
very
scene.
big scene because Owen has so much exposition to deliver. We had to do it so many times.
And the only reason that it worked is because we were able to cut it so much. Although I'll tell you, this is torture to edit. Look at this 2-shot from the back where you can see both of our mouths. Impossible to edit. That's why it's all one take. So whoever's shooting this camera, fucked me.
I think it was Kurt Lobb.
It might have been Kurt Lobb, yeah.
Yep.
Like fucked me so hard because you see how in this you can't see my
Very nice.
mouth.
You cut it.
Very.
That's
easy
'cause
to cut.
Andy
Andy
Appel,
shot that,
yeah.
but see here, I can't. It's killed
No,
me.
this scene emerged just as an excuse for you to be able to speculate whether Chrissy might still like Owen. And we were like, how can we change the setting and just deliver one piece of exposition?
Although-
and this was the solution to that problem.
And we shot this scene for an hour, and so much of it was me wanting to make Kurt laugh
Kurt was Kurt. Oh yeah, he
Kurt's-
was there.
Kurt's
Yeah.
filming that camera
Yeah.
up there.
And you really wanted to get on the Morgan's kitchen table.
No, that wasn't. This is at Evan Morgan's parents' house, who were so amazing and let us film basically the entire movie there over the course of like a year, more or less. And I think one of the subtle jokes here is that I'm wearing 2 different shoes.
I don't think that's.
No, I think the
As soon
subtle
as they-
joke
It's-
is that later the
Yeah.
seagulls end up in the soundtrack
Yeah,
of
but I
your
mean,
movie.
within this scene, the fact that I'm wearing 2 different shoes, and there's a good example of Owen laughing for real, looking at Kurt, being like, "I can't believe he's doing this," and then we keep the scene going. It's like he laughs so much that the scene is over. He's clearly looking at the off-camera person.
Well, everything this day was we got to go to the cemetery to shoot before the sun sets.
Right.
And so
It
we
was
had to
all
kill
about
time.
getting the scene done, getting the exposition out there, and move to the cemetery. And then you just kept stomping around and like fucking with the change and doing all these different voices. And then I think that was what was like getting Owen the most.
There he's so
This
sick.
is the scene I was thinking
So
of. Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
He's just coughing and coughing, and suddenly the monitor's back.
And it's something you'd never see in a real movie. Like you would,
Yeah.
you know, if the lead actor just starts hacking up a lung, they're gonna yell cut. And
Mind you, I don't know that anybody notices that at all
No,
when they
of
watch
course
the movie
not.
because they don't know Owen the same way we do. I think what's cool is that in every single one of these scenes that we see in a row, all that Owen does is laugh. He does not say any dialogue. He just laughs.
yeah, but here he steals the movie.
Yeah,
Here we
but
are.
again, he doesn't say anything.
This is another staged scene.
Clearly. I wish that this camera had been farther away. The one on
Through
them.
the door?
Yeah, it just seems so set up.
What?
There's my cameo
I've
though.
never noticed them. They're in a dark hallway.
I know that, but I'm just saying the look of it. Like it's like, oh, they're right there.
I think who dressed that locker? Krista or Shailene?
You did. Are you crazy? You dressed everything in this movie.
I think we just told them put your stuff in the locker. And
You-
that choice to put deodorant was brilliant.
You should talk about Chrissy B because her role was we cut out a bunch of her stuff.
Well, that's because we didn't really know exactly what the movie was. I think Evan and I were trying to put in as much as we could of other characters, and we had a whole side plot of Owen getting kind of. How would you describe it? Like
Sexually bullied.
sexually
Yeah.
bullied, yeah. Like
Yeah.
she like Chrissy B, Chrissy's best friend saw Owen as kind of like an easy target, and she would kind of bully him sexually. And it was this whole subplot of Owen and her, and there'd be scenes of just the 2 of them. But it was confusing, I think, to take the story away from just Matt and Owen all the time. And eventually, like the story had so much momentum, like, oh, what's going to happen next with this school shooting, and what's going to happen next with Chrissy, that to have any type of diversion just seems like such a messy thing to do.
Originally, we were concerned that all the bullies were a little too like machismo and like a little too cool, and so we were trying to subvert that a little bit, which is where we ended up with the one character who was always verbally taunting them outside of the school,
Baron.
and also where we came up with the idea for the sexual bullying, which we just thought was so funny, mainly because it was Owen.
But it actually didn't wind up funny. It wound up
Yeah,
very
it's-
like dark. Like
It was
scary.
strange as hell. Yeah, when
Yeah.
you actually watched it unfold, it was super weird.
You know what? We'll put one of those.
But
on
the
DVD too.
punchline, what we forgot though, the punchline was that you see footage of Owen getting sexually terrorized
And
by
I'm
this
like,
girl.
why don't you go after
Yeah,
her?
you're like,
Why-
this is the girl. She's right here. She's right in front of you.
Here's the character of Laren's.
Why are you chasing, Chrissy? This girl likes you.
She's in the. You got her in the bag.
And I think Owen, that joke is from the that's Jeff Ross's joke, right? From the Pamela Anderson
Really?
roast.
Well, he would know better than me. He'll say
I
when he
think
does
it
a
is.
commentary.
I'm
sure
sorry,
he'll
am I
always
stepping
say-
on his toes?
No, I don't think so. But I mean, I just have no idea where it's from.
I want to go back to David Matheson, the guy who plays Muldoon, the teacher. He came into audition, like he's a real actor, like he's like a theater actor. We should actually put his audition.
Oh,
on
here's the first
on
first
DVD.
signals, by the way, if you listen at the beginning of that show.
Oh,
Anyway,
Anyways,
you make it.
Anyways, he was just he came in with this great audition, and anyways, he just does a great job. I got nothing.
Oh, you
You
just
were
wanted
just
to
saying
say
he's
how
good?
great he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good because he was willing to play and he was willing to just kind of go along with.
With no direction, no information.
See, now this is the culmination of the day we wanted to get to the cemetery.
That's right. And you could tell.
Just get certain plot relevant points on camera.
And I don't even get those.
And you could see how fed up Owen is. Just like, come on.
You
just
can
do
also
the
tell that
fucking
we
line.
lost light at the
At
cemetery.
the end, yeah.
And I don't even say the thing I was supposed to say. What we found was that
Remember we put plastic bags all down on the basement to just to shoot this little champagne bottle opening?
good thing we did. It went everywhere. I remember this was an early edit, like this sequence. I always thought this was so cool with this song.
Because there's a bully in there that you never see again.
Yeah.
That really matters.
I remember when you pitched me on this, and I'm like, oh, that's a great idea, but we'll never get the rights to this song. And then we did.
And then we did. Yeah, that was one of the easy ones to get. That motif of me running and doing kung fu is something I did in Nirvana the band a lot too. I don't know why. It's slow motion running, doing kung fu. I think is.
I'm pretty sure this was the first thing we shot in the movie, not the scene of them showing the teacher.
But them firing guns out back,
Yeah.
right?
in your backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Evan, that guy in the leather jacket, looking cool with the sunglasses.
The cool bully, we called him.
Evan makes a lot of appearances in the movie.
You can hear my voice more than you can see my face.
And Shailene is there too, and that's Josh Bowles that you see his backpack. And that was actually one of the coolest guys, the guy on the far right.
One of his friends brought him to be an extra. He had no idea who we were or what was going on, and then he just came out like again and again
Because
and
he looked
again.
so tough. He was such a cool guy.
It always makes me laugh that Muldoon is still in on the movie at this point.
I know! Why is he okay with you
Saying faggot,
Yeah, murder
and-
these
But I
guys?
say don't say faggot. I tell him don't say faggot.
It is funny the idea that your character twisted it in the edit
But in
so
real
that
life-
you look like this politically correct genius and
Yeah.
Owen looks...
And he still wants to be cool with these guys. He's not going to say, like, shut it down after the first swear word.
Yeah, it's only when it gets personal.
That's
Yeah.
right, he's so petty. It's only when he gets...
I like that these guys just wear ties
That makes them grown-ups.
with no collars. Look at that, no collars, ties on bare skin, and somehow they think that that's cool.
The funniest thing about this scene to me, though, is that somehow you thought that Sierra Madre quote was offensive enough that you couldn't get it with Muldoon there.
You know what? I actually didn't take it from Sierra Madre. I took it from the Weird Al Yankovic movie VHF.
Right, yeah. Badgers,
UHF.
Badgers.
Badgers, we don't need no stinking badgers. Yeah, UHF, sorry, not VHF. The fuck is VHF? This is all a great example of what I wished I could have done in media class. Like messing around with your teacher. This such a stupid line in many ways. This is very, very reminiscent of the movie in film school that I made about Lotsky and Fisher.
Yes.
Our film school professors, where it's like two detectives going around killing people. It's so stupid, which really sort of shows how immature I think I am. That the movie I actually made for real in film school, these kids made in grade
In high school,
11, and it seems like it's more in place there. This was another.
I like how-
This was the first scene ever that we edited.
Yeah, I remember.
This was it was in this house, in your house.
Oh, and that was deliberate. So why did you decide to shoot the scene?
Because we
edit the scene
thought-
first.
I think Evan and I thought that if we could get the tone of Matt, Owen, and this teacher right in this scene, and somehow make this scene both funny and real, then we could bridge out from that, because this really is sort of the first turning point in the film. This is kind of the break into Act 2, and so we figured everything before this would be funny, and everything after this would be slightly serious, and so we thought if we started by editing this, then we'd be in a good place.
We also completely lost our sense of continuity by the time we'd finished shooting, because we shot so much stuff that was not that we hadn't anticipated, scenes that didn't belong in our original outline, and so to begin like, okay, let's edit this from the
'Cause we
first
know-
scene to the last.
Yeah.
We have no idea what that scene is,
But we
at least
knew that this
yeah.
scene was going to be exactly where it was going to be.
Yeah.
And we knew what it was about.
I love that. Looking at the camera.
Yeah, so embarrassed, so humiliated. I think that's some of the better moments in the movie.
This show.
This video classroom looks like the most fun place
I
on
know.
earth.
I want to be in it,
Like,
hanging out.
I know, in the Bronx.
and it's such a popular class. It's got like 40 kids in there.
Well, we're really making a statement about public education in
Yeah.
Ontario.
Yeah, too crowded, and yet the class is so well behaved when he's talking. It's only when they screen movies that people are.
There's
catcalling.
Max.
That's Max Teichel. He was an intern on the movie
In
for
the
about
back.
5 days, and actually he shot, I think, some scenes. Did he or?
He did, but nothing that made the movie. But not because of
These,
his
Not
work.
because they
I love
weren't
these
good.
students in front of you. They are having the best.
They're
time of their
also,
lives.
I
Well,
think-
they just look like they're really in school. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, I'm sure they are.
Well, we benefited from the fact that most of these kids are actually in high school, and we put all the really old people you can see in the
very
back.
peeking over the top of the monitors, a bunch of 30-year-olds.
I also love like See, the camera work during all this is so interesting because we needed to shoot it as though the cameras were hiding, but still capturing everything. So how do you do that? Because of course the running narrative for us is that
I wish that
was the
title
opening.
was the opening title.
Yeah,
I don't know
here.
why we didn't composite that. Huge oversight.
I know, it was a huge mistake.
It
that
should
everything,
be everything. This has not been altered. Blah blah blah. It would have paid
Oh,
off.
I thought you were saying that title should be at the head
Yeah,
of
that's
our
what I thought
movie,
you
and
were
I'm
saying. I
like,
was very
either way, that
confused.
would
well,
have been cooler.
we could still change that. We could still change that. A gang of bullies. This is another one of the first things we shot beside the Humber River in Etobicoke. And this,
you had stayed up the whole night before cutting the Dirties because we needed it for the next day.
class.
So that was what dictated the scheduling. Was we knew that we were shooting.
because we actually needed to show this in
Right.
class. Yeah. That was actually really hard when we needed to show footage that was edited together. Because in my mind,
That was my hand that I just.
Yeah, I know. Well,
shook
you're
hands
making
with
all the
that guy.
best jokes because you're trying to prompt everyone to make fun of it vocally.
which you did all the time. I also love that take because it looks like that dude high fives the cameraman. It's like the guy shooting their movie.
Yeah.
This
you
class
called
was
him
so
gay.
popular that I was sitting up on the counter.
Oh really?
They had kids sitting in the sink of this classroom, which may have been a biology classroom.
No, it was the
This
art
is a
class.
great joke that nobody ever notices. We both look like different people. 'Cause
I-
it's buried.
I think that joke sucks.
But I mean, for these kids in their
these
movie,
kids.
that's a great thing for them.
Here we go.
You know what I've noticed? Our movie just opened last week. We're recording this on the Monday after our opening, and watching it in a theater in the 5-1 mix,
Do you
you
hear
hear
it? Yeah,
so
yeah.
much more of this stuff than you hear coming out of here right now. Matt, talk about the inspiration for this beat.
No, I don't. I'm gonna talk about all the references in that commentary with Owen.
Okay.
Because I think there's so many hundreds of references that and we won't talk about any of them in this. I think we're just gonna talk about the story of making the
That
movie.
shot always kills me
I
because that's
know.
just genuine. Those are two girls who came out to be extras,
And they're actually
and
They're watching
they
that
are like,
movie for
"What
the first
is
time."
this movie, and why am I here?"
It's so sad.
It's a very Nirvana the band moment there.
Yes, it is.
Looking through the window.
This
Yes.
is a great move that our colorist did, which was
Connor Fisher. It starts off poorly color balanced,
Because
as
it's-
if the camera had just popped on and then it slowly white balances.
Yeah, so it's like it's still balanced for tungsten lights, and so that's why it looks totally blue at the beginning, and then the cameras adapt.
Those were the Spearing brothers, who the Spearing family is like the family I grew up with, and Sean is the guy who throws a rock at Owen, and the only direction we gave him was don't actually throw the rock at Owen, just like throw it into the air.
First take, nails him in the back, like full speed, nails him with a rock in the back. And
It's method acting.
And was so happy. And you know what's so crazy? Owen turned to me and he's like, I'm gonna get hit with that rock. And I'm like, what do you mean? We told him like 5 times don't hit you with the rock. And he just turns, I know this guy, he's gonna hit me with the rock.
There's that kid in the back. I always wanted to hold. You see, he's walking home with hockey gear, and I always loved it because they just keep walking and walking, and it felt so real to me.
The
But
kid with hockey gear?
But we do this trick so many times of just holding on a quiet moment and letting it play. Those are like the only times in the film where there aren't talking, where it's like something depressed has happened, and we just kind of let the characters walk. Another one is when I've got that bag full of soaked clothes, or after Muldoon tells me I can't do this.
this was another scene. I think one of the first scenes you guys cut because it was also sort of. I mean, this really is the turning
They're
point
pretty hot, these
to.
rhinos.
Yeah, this scene got recut probably 10 times because it was so hard to figure out like where.
Well, this is such a huge jumping off point where you're either going to keep following these characters or
Or
not.
you're gonna say this is bullshit.
And in the way we shot it, like we knew what we were having to do. We knew it was the biggest mouthful of probably any scene in the movie, and so to make the thought progression seem natural and to have it sort of emerge naturally and have Owen respond to it authentically, like it was really, really, really tough.
Yeah, because Owen kind of had to be having fun with the idea, but
Well,
clearly
yeah.
that was starting
It begins as such a whimsical idea, right? And but at the same time, you have to kind of alert the audience to the fact that there might be, it might not just be a joke.
But also at
This
the
is-
same time, make people think that it's still a joke to Matt, which in many ways it could very well,
Well,
be.
part of the problem also was that we didn't know how the movie was going to end when you shot this.
Well, we did, but we didn't know exactly what that was going to look like. So I don't think that was a problem of us shooting. That was a very hard thing to do, to erase all the notes from the movie. You'll see there's a lot of things on that list that if you freeze it and watch it, you'll see like, like tons of stuff that happens later in the movie because we were using that whiteboard as an actual like brainstorming board for making the film.
There's also cue cards in that scene in the background that have, I think, important plot.
You were watching The Bourne Identity in this scene.
Oh, we had to black it out.
We blacked it out because Paramount, who has it? They wanted too much money,
Yeah, they wanted $12,000 or $13,000.
and it was literally just on that laptop in the corner. We're
Yeah.
like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's too bad. This was something that I think we were smart to start doing, of having
Matt do something where Owen's not paying attention.
oh, and just Matt watching
Yeah.
the movie and thinking about it, and feeling like it was still good to him in some way.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to find where it went wrong. Like, what didn't people get?
Why didn't they like it?
Oh my god, yeah.
This shot was the very last shot for the movie.
Okay.
It was shot like
Pay
2 months
attention
ago.
Carefully to the stuff behind Matt in this scene, and then look at it.
And Matt's muscles.
Yeah, and look
Yeah,
at how big
and
I
how
look.
big he is. And then wait, hard cut, same shot.
And you'll see.
1 year later,
This
Yeah.
was a year after what we originally shot for this
Right.
scene.
We shot this after we'd premiered.
It was like
in
2
Park
years.
City, yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
and different basement.
Like there's a year and a half difference, or a year difference between those two things.
Want to talk about
This-
the prosthetics for this?
Yeah, these fake balls.
Whoa!
See, this was just a great example of me trying to get everybody to laugh by screwing around.
Yeah.
And I would just close that door and then open it and try to do whatever I could to get people to laugh. And it never worked. And so I had to do that.
No,
balls thing.
I remember I remember we were arguing because, you were from the beginning. It was too outrageous. Like you were wearing the most outrageous thing the first time, and so it was like, no, just put on something like a little less crazy, and then at least we can like move up and up and up. And you refused. There wasn't a single time when you didn't do something completely and utterly insane and stupid.
This is my favorite stuff in school. Is that you're actually in this gym class with these kids.
A co-ed
Not
gym
explain,
class.
not explain to the students at all why these guys are playing board and ball with them.
Yeah.
Did the teacher know, the gym teacher?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean,
I was like, okay, sure, yeah, they can. And then I
The
filmed from
the
door.
gym teacher got mad at the kid that we asked to
that
push
bullied him.
Matt.
yeah.
Yeah, he almost got in a lot of trouble.
This is another really weird thing that happens when you're shooting at school. Just bring a live camera into a boys' change room while it's rolling.
No questions asked.
Nobody's got a problem with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's just such a funny idea. But all this stuff is now shooting in a real school.
This is an amazing school. My old high school, PCVS. Such a cool place. Had murals like that all over the place. Why do you tell your mom that it fell into a toilet when we shot that before this? Why are you lying to your mom about how the phone got there?
Because I think that's sort of what I would do all the time to try to. Because I think me telling her the truth, I don't want to get in trouble.
I'm telling you.
So I tell her it got thrown in the
Did you tell her
Just
that
as
all of your clothes fell into a toilet?
Yeah, I don't know what I would tell her, but for me, whenever I'm on the phone, this is one of my favorite things to do is to pretend to have a conversation with somebody, and I really just. In that, I was really just having a conversation with.
And
when I
Owen,
was a
Owen is
kid.
really watching you and taking mental notes because Owen had a really rough time having a fake phone conversation.
Yeah, that's right. Later.
He became obsessed with it. After we wrapped the movie, Owen would like come to me like 5 months later and be like, "Hey, I think I finally like figured out how to do a fake phone conversation."
Because I was getting so much credit for doing them well.
Yeah,
I think
that's
he was
right.
like, I want to do that. I wanna
This
do
is the first scary moment in the film.
You think? Yeah, I think so too. I think so too.
I think that when he wipes that board off, there's a.
No,
I don't think so
it's
because Owen's
jokey.
there.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It's because he's by himself, and it's scary. And it's the one reference to Canada here too. You see the Canadian flag.
No, there's like a kid wearing a Canada jacket. I just said the words board and ball.
Yeah, I didn't know. I never played board and ball when I was a kid. I love
Canadian
it.
game, I think.
Is board and ball Euro handball? Isn't it the same thing?
The kind of similar.
Yeah.
You can tell we shot this right afterwards because the bag is still leaking.
This was the hardest. This was the hardest clearances to get right here.
Well, this is totally Nirvana the band. That is what this is. This is me and Jared just going to a place and filming it.
Yeah.
It looks like we blurred the signs up top, but they're in fact just blank. But I always think that it kind of looks slightly
Well,
blurred.
like we obscured the Toronto City Hall logos.
Yeah, why?
Or
not
wherever
those
we
ones.
would have shot.
We missed a couple crucial ones.
Yeah, the building municipation. And this is another thing that I think when people
Oh, this
see,
is amazing.
they're like, what's going on? Like what? Like I think this is where you start to realize that it's still a joke, and Matt is still joking about it. He thinks everything's so funny, but I think he's taking it seriously too. And I think in a movie, especially a movie like this, when you do something insane that the audience is going to be like, well, that can't be real, have the main character address how ridiculous it was.
Talk about how insane it is that what just happened in the plot of the movie.
Yeah, because then all of a sudden you're with the audience. Because the audience is like, why would they do that? How could they give him that? That's crazy. And then if the main character is like, why did they give me that? That's crazy. Then all of a sudden they're like, hey, this guy's like me. I like this guy. And this becomes a theme. Writing names in a notebook. I don't know why.
Well, later I think part of the reason why everyone's so convinced that you're going to take out Owen.
Is that I start writing.
So Chrissy and Chrissy here, they're shooting their project for film class that we already saw.
That we already screened. But I guess this is them doing the redux. They're like us with the Dirties. They thought they could make it better. You notice that extra there with the blue hair appears in almost every single scene.
Yeah.
So this, if you see him, you know that we're
Back facial again.
We're using fake, like we're faking the scene. So this cafeteria scene is faked, using students, but we were in control of it. But that's a good way to tell if we're shooting in a real school or if we're faking it. If you see the dude with the blue hair,
or the dude with the mohawk,
or the dude with the mohawk, or if somebody gets killed. Those are 3 triggers to know. Oh, this. They set this up. It's very good acting by this guy.
Yeah, Brennan.
It was a rough day for Owen.
His face got so red.
That's a great. Yeah, Chrissy's great in that shot too.
Jared must have shot that. I'm thinking that's a Jared move. Whenever Jared will will zip away from what's clearly the point of the scene,
most important thing that happened,
and just grab a close up on somebody's face.
But not just somebody. I mean, in many ways, that is the most important part of the scene.
Yeah.
Was that he's humiliated in front of
In front of
her.
the girl. Yeah.
This scene actually was one of the only scenes that was not one of the only, but this was very early. This idea of Jackman beating Owen up in the hallway, and that's something that I saw happen at a football field in grade 6. And this guy made him kiss. The guy bumped into him, and the guy made him kiss his shoe. And we actually shot that, but we cut it out because it was too.
Well, that felt Hollywood.
Yeah, it was too brutal.
There's a great scene here too when you're talking with Owen and he doesn't have his mic, because we've established the mics as a device.
He's supposed to be grounded because he got hit with the rock here, but that was never made clear.
I just remembered there were like 2 takes of that cafeteria scene that just went on and on and on to the point where the Dirties come back to bully them again and end up stealing the camera from Jared, and you're in dirty vision.
Oh yeah, and
you're seeing the world through the Dirties' eyes.
Didn't we also shoot that on a cell
And
phone?
it's not pretty.
Yeah, Max shot it on a cell phone, and we were going to include that, but then we were like, what
It's
the hell?
like somebody was going to post it on YouTube. But that's actually interesting that there's no technology. Like, they have all this great gear and
you know
stuff.
Who's peeking, Miller? It's only you.
Well,
you're the only person who's peeking on this mic, just so you know.
Just settle down a bit, all right?
Yeah.
People always, whenever they talk about the shooting in this movie, they're always like, "Oh, I love that biking sequence. Really cinematic."
Yeah, it really
Look how
makes
dark
no
it is.
sense
This
that,
camera can barely see.
What about the fact that you're clearly riding in the trunk of a car?
Yeah,
I don't
right.
think that reads. I don't think it reads.
I could be biking.
Well, or
The
who
camera.
knows what.
GoPro on the back of another bike.
I think also sometimes people have like formal issues with the fact that we're using music and cutting montages. But those people don't realize is that Matt is making this movie. You fucking idiots. How stupid are you? They're like, yeah, it's a documentary until they start using music. It's Matt's documentary, you dumbass. He's editing it on screen. God's sakes. I get asked that so much, like, well, when the music comes
You know,
in,
the commentary track is not supposed to be your
my
therapy.
revenge. It's not therapy, but I just, you know, it's just old people who watch the movie and don't get it. I don't care. I don't care. I wish they could enjoy it the way that the young people could. I feel like I look really crazy in that shot. Look at that. Just riding his bike.
Somebody knows for the first time that the backpacks change hands
All the
almost
time.
every scene.
Well, one of those backpacks is the camera bag.
Yeah, I know.
Jared, you were so excited that finally we got to shoot something pretty.
What this? Oh, in the.
Yeah, after like a month of bouncing around in the basement. The bike stuff, I mean. The bike stuff.
I was going to be like, this is not the prettiest shot
No.
in the
And then
movie.
we couldn't light it, and the low light sensor was having trouble. Anyway.
This was another extremely difficult scene to edit. And you can always tell when a scene is hard to edit because there's no cuts in it. It's just like, fuck it, we gotta let it play. And the reason it was hard to edit is because we shot this in Thunder Bay, over such a long period of time, probably an hour, that fire completely changed. And so we couldn't cut back and forth anymore. And that's why this all plays out in one take. But I think it works.
We're just really lucky that we had this moment.
Yeah, where Owen introduces this double talk idea. Which is I think his thing. Like double talk, did he bring that to the script?
Well, that was one of the things we knew he was capable of before he was cast.
It's like writing around an actor's
It was like,
talents.
yeah, Owen can double talk.
Really?
And Owen can play guitar.
And I remember for this scene specifically, we were going to be like, Owen's going to double talk.
Because we knew we wanted to bring it back with Chrissy, and we thought that's a great subtle way to show that now they're buddies.
But that's also a great example of evolving the script as we go. Because like this, when you said the sweatpants are out beat there.
Didn't know he was going to say that.
That wasn't going to be in it at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was when I can talk about this later. But it was when I was literally watching that scene in the movie, and I noticed he was wearing sweatpants. You watch me come up with it.
Yeah.
Like that is a completely resonant moment where it is exactly.
So it's pretty
what
cool.
It is.
It's something you can never do if a movie's like full on scripted in a traditional sense.
This is actually a narrative trick that's happening. If you're paying attention, although it's easy to miss, Matt already knows who hit Owen in the head with the rock because he asked in the scene before. And so, like, while this may seem innocent and like we're planning this thing together, this is really Matt, I think, manipulating Owen, knowing the answer to these questions already, but asking him. This
may be you because Jared never answers anything you ask him over the entire movie.
It's possible that you...
That Jared didn't know? Yeah. But I find it out.
You needed to know it.
8x62.
This also, I remember this in the very first draft of the script, this scene.
Measuring the lockers.
Almost like verbatim.
Yeah. Well, the idea that Matt tells Chrissy that they're planning a school shooting always seems so funny. Because it's true. I mean, going to a school, that girl's amazing. And Maya, that's Maya's camera shooting through the windows. You like a kid like Matt, if he did say, "Oh, I'm planning a school shooting, I'm gonna kill everybody," just because of his attitude, everybody would be like, "Ah, yeah, cool, man." Like I think this scene actually plays out almost exactly the way it would in real life.
What does this look like to you? What does this look like to you? You're walking by, you're just a regular person. I don't know. Jared, what does this
People
look like?
hanging out in the school all the time.
This isn't. There's a lot of shots of like empty classrooms in the background of this too.
It's after school.
Yeah, it is after school.
The chairs are out.
Does this look dangerous?
Still using Polaroids. I guess you're.
See, Mohawk.
That guy's very cool. His name's Andrew Carson. Actually, I play Magic cards with him quite a bit. He's a very nice guy.
Oh, this is the Mr. Bird. That's part of the Mr. Bird subplot where maybe there's this weird kind of sexual tension between Mr. Bird and Chrissy.
Like we had this, I think it was Josh Bowles always thought it was so funny to cast Bird as a teacher who smoked weed and kind of slept around with students. And you can see that didn't really make the final cut of the movie, but this is the last vestigial piece of it that Chrissy says, kill Mr. Bird.
What we loved so much was the idea that Mr. Bird is giving Owen girl advice, right, on how to get Chrissy. And yet if you ask Chrissy, you want anyone dead? Oh yeah, Mr. Bird.
The one guy I don't trust. And this is very real. This is very much like me in real life. If I catch somebody, if I say, "Oh, you're doing something stupid," and they're like, "No, I'm not doing something stupid," and then I get some proof that what they did was stupid, I'll really rub it in their face. It's pretty mean. I love how the image compresses when you do that zoom. It's awesome.
This is another good example of people talking about, how did you make it so real? It's like, because I didn't know you were gonna wipe out on your
It's
bike.
totally
Was it
real.
you filming this? That was Evan shot that.
You know what? We borrowed that bike.
Evan shot that shot.
Really?
Because you could drive manual, so you had to drive my car.
Oh my god!
shooting.
And Evan's sitting in the back of the trunk.
And
That's
we
right.
screamed at
Yes.
Evan like, "How could you miss that, you idiot?" And then in reality, it
Oh
actually
my
turned
God.
out better.
I completely.
I remember we
forgot.
borrowed that bike from my neighbor, and then he was like, "Yeah, did something happen? Did you hit a car or something?" Also, when we were shooting that bike stuff, something that had no place in the movie at all was there was like a group of 10 kids all dressed in full camo gear, hiding in like the bushes and the hedges, and we kept just running into them, and they were playing some weird war game. But anyway.
Yeah, that was very funny.
This scene is another very Nirvana of a band type scene.
Yeah,
You come up with an elaborate scheme that makes no
a
sense.
stupid,
That somehow
stupid
works.
prank. Yeah. Well, or does it even work? I mean, who knows? The idea of a plan working or not working in this movie is kind of up for debate.
No, you know what? The Chrissy plans work.
They do.
The Chrissy
They
plans
win
work.
over Chrissy.
Yeah.
He's not dating her at the end, but he has like a relationship with her. They're friends.
Yeah, when Matt calls him on it in that scene when they fight.
Yeah,
it's all because of
it's all 'cause of
They
his
are
plan.
Matt's plans, definitely. Yeah.
No, there's a lot of truth.
Oh.
Right.
We should put a sound in there of you. Like
I think you hear it a little.
Yeah,
No?
you do.
This is one of Owen's best ad libs.
yeah.
Who cares?
It's just cool.
It's just
Nailed it.
cool.
This
It's
is
cool.
This is the ESL class at PCBS.
And actually, you know what? At the beginning of this, that's tasteless, Jared. At the
It's actually true.
I think
Miss
it-
Peters' ESL class. She's one of the best teachers I had.
So at the
Why were you in
beginning-
ESL, Jared?
Jared's in,
Different class. She taught grade 9 gym.
And that couldn't have been grade 9 gym.
at the beginning of that scene. Owen and I are actually planning like more school shooting stuff, but we cut before it because we realized at this point we didn't want to have any of that in the story anymore.
Now, this is another scene that was shot about a year after that, which preempts it.
Yeah, because we needed to connect the scene previous with the scene to Thunder Bay.
This is one of the big haircut giveaway scenes of the movie. If you want to see like the haircuts go up and down like a yo-yo,
Oh,
and
really?
it's weird because Owens will go up and Matt's will go down, and then Owens will go down and Matt's will go up.
Well,
Is this what do you mean in the cut to Thunder Bay, or the right
No,
before it?
your hair here is much longer than
It was previously?
what we just saw.
Yeah, for sure.
And Owens is a lot shorter. Owen was teaching by this time.
yeah,
it
that
looked
stuff
good.
doesn't matter.
I love all the scenes that take place over full backgrounds of graffiti.
Makes it great.
I don't know why we keep winding up with that. I think it's just cheap independent filmmaking. Like where can
It's
it
because
look
they
good?
go to the same high school that's in Beat Street.
Our American viewers are going to have no idea what you're talking about.
Beat Street.
Jamie Carroll's excellent composing.
Yeah, this is a great.
He's
song.
not back with sandwiches yet, but
Yeah, which is weird. Very weird. So this is a shot that I actually witnessed when I was in Thunder Bay. I looked in the back of a car and I saw two guys loading guns, and I thought, oh, that's so cool. And it was one of the only things that I was like, we've got to have that shot in the movie. We just have to.
If you want to close your left eye,
And then,
and then
And really, the whole reason for the 2-minute scene before this scene was that when you talk about, when we would cut to this, nobody knew where you were, who this guy was. And so we're like, oh, we have to address the guy in sunglasses.
although in retrospect, to be perfectly honest, I think we could have cut to this sequence
and people would have figured it
without.
You
without
know what though? It
saying
makes it
anything.
seem way more sinister because we see you just with. If we cut from the school to you with guns, they think, oh, you're preparing. You know what I mean? They think it's part of the larger plan.
Oh,
But what we did
right.
with the segue
is
is
that we
like
made it seem like it was part of Chrissy's plan.
you're just
Yeah.
going on holiday to shoot guns. You know what I mean? And oh yeah, I guess Owen can come because he desperately needs another plan.
That's right, which is kind of the trick of the movie, where we present the reason something is happening as one thing, but you can assume that it's actually for a different reason. Look in the background; those targets miraculously back together. Also, watch that drink.
This is amazing.
This all happened backwards. So me hitting that happened. That was the first thing that we did. Then this next shot, and then us hitting on the target. So it all went completely backwards.
This is Canadian.
This was
rock
super.
band.
This was on Big Shiny Tunes 1.
This was the hardest music cue, I think, of the whole movie. Like
Oh,
we had
yeah,
a
so
bunch
many,
of
yeah.
different.
I'm
I
so
remember
happy
Evan, you
in
had
the
a
end.
list of about 100 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a long time, we had Beck. Loser was in there up
We had
until the
the
very
Austin
end.
Power theme song. That's really, for real, we had that for a while. We had
And it was Jared. We were sitting around, and he was just fucking around on iTunes, and he just played this.
definitely not.
That's what happened.
It couldn't have been because
We were
I was
at
on a
Evan's
huge Limb Lifter.
sister's
It might have all
apartment.
happened at once, but
That's exactly what happened.
I remember being at that.
I
house,
do remember
and
having a big limb lifter discussion at that apartment.
It was at his house, but it was me who brought it up.
Oh,
I'm not trying to steal the credit from Jared.
Sorry, Jared.
It's just, you're right. I did queue it up on iTunes because I was so excited. Maybe when he said Limb Lifter, I was like, my god, yes.
I'm sorry, you know-
Tinfoil, it needs to be tinfoil, and I played it.
sorry, Matt.
Oh, I don't mind.
One man band.
Well, the fact that I picked a Limb Lifter song, I don't think it means anything. But
does.
this was my favorite song when I was a kid.
Yeah,
That's it.
Josh Warburton's favorite song, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was obsessed with this song. I
Oh,
thought Big
here's,
Shiny.
here's where the crows come back, too.
There's seagulls.
I really miss Beck Loser.
It
No, it was such an anthem of the movie. It was so cool.
But
Yeah,
it's a
it was.
Canadian
It's
band.
two-
And
two on
especially
the-
because we didn't even let it get to the chorus.
It
We
was
cut
two on
it
the-
right as the chorus was
I know, it
beginning.
was so funny.
2 on the nose.
That's what you would have
That
thought.
wouldn't have been
But
fun.
still,
That was
it's
awesome.
such a awesome tune. Like,
This is my favorite scene in the movie.
Pretty shot.
My favorite scene.
Really?
Yeah. Just as a one, like it's perfect.
Oh my God.
It encapsulates.
Do you remember
this
that
this
crazy
was
guy who set
oddly
off
the
that
most
pattern
dangerous.
for us?
Oh, sorry.
Right after that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a family friend.
This was the most dangerous scene that we shot.
Not even close.
Yeah.
You know, in reality, I shoot that firework a good 10 feet.
No,
in
no,
front
I'm
of
not
him.
talking about this moment. I mean when
When the other
when
one
it
tipped
backfired,
over? Yeah.
Oh,
when the
yeah.
firework tipped over,
We
and
shot a
Owen nearly
scene-
got shot in the eye.
We shot a scene with a bigger firework that I forgot to bury in the sand, and we set it off. And the first fire, it was like one of those 50 shooters, and the first one knocked it over, and then fireworks were flying everywhere, and one went right by Owen's head.
Yeah,
Missed
one-
him by less than a foot.
The other one went into a hedge and started a little fire.
And the other one hit the cottage right beside ours. That was brutal. This is all taking place in Thunder Bay, which is
This was
a small northern Ontario town where my dad's from.
and this was a real party that we just went to with the camera, and we lost half of the gun quarry scene
Yeah.
to shoot this because there
were
was
out of space.
no card space, and I was like, oh, I'll delete a small clip.
And you wound up deleting a 40-minute
a
thing.
minute of you guys at the fire. And
I
we
never knew
deleted
that.
40
Yeah.
minutes of the previous
And it's the
scene.
only reason that we have this scene, because Jared accidentally deleted 40 minutes of the gun stuff, which we had like 2 hours of, and
Yeah.
then he was able to shoot this amazing moment between Owen and this girl, which is incredible because this girl is in grade 10. She thinks Owen's in grade 10, and they're like flirting with one another. It's
They just hit it
so
off.
it's and I mean in a real way.
Don't incriminate Owen.
Oh, I don't mean
He's
to.
in character.
Yeah, he's in character. This is actually a testament to Owen's like a commitment to the film.
Yeah, it's true because we weren't even close
his
to him
girlfriend.
at this point. He didn't have to.
Yeah, and this girl is so cool because there's no bullshit to her. It's like she doesn't think she's in a movie, so she's just saying like, you don't do that, like do this, and she's giving practical, realistic
She's actually
advice,
really cool.
and she's so smart about it.
And she's actually the kind of girl in high school that would really like a guy like Owen.
Yeah. And she gives the great advice of don't be creepy, and gives us this incredible cut, which we always wanted to do, but she sets it up so well.
Yeah, without her, we were gonna have to establish the cake plan, just the two of you guys, and it, you know,
It would never have been as funny.
exactly.
Here's what I love about this scene. One that I always love lighting matches in the scene for some reason. It's so funny. But the fact that we're wearing balaclavas for no reason.
No, I'll tell you why.
I know your reason why, but I mean narratively, it's so funny. Like,
Yes.
what these guys must be up to no good.
What's even funnier is what prompted it, which is that basically the lights in the kitchen are fluorescents and their skin look green, and so they just threw the balaclavas on. They're like, "How about
You
now?"
told us to. Jared was like, "You guys look so ugly. You need to cover your faces." And we're like, "All right." So we put balaclavas on.
Note how good they are at baking cakes.
It's
Look at that
insane.
cake.
Yeah, it's perfect.
This joke
Some of that
also.
with the Blair Witch.
This joke always killed the plates in
Oh,
color,
yeah, I've got that.
which we never thought
It was
was
not a
funny.
joke,
We're like, this
yeah.
isn't funny, and then you start playing it for an audience, and always laugh at that same joke.
The cake plan.
Here we start to get the sense that the Dirties are not actually that cool. Hanging out in the cafeteria, willing to eat cake that somebody just shows up with. Any high school that I went to, those would be losers.
Well, the Dirties are never that cool, right?
Yeah, I
It's
guess.
it's the table with the pretty girls and like the cool, like unquotes guys.
Yeah, sure. This was an early scene that we were like, this is an important turning point, where Owen betrays Matt, but only in Matt's eyes. And this we had to shoot during the period change.
Yeah, we only
So
got
had
one
to-
take. Yeah.
Well, no, we shot it twice. Yeah, we shot it twice. But we had to shoot it during the period change, and it led to this dude who is just so fucking funny. Comes up and it's just like, "What's up, guys?"
Interrupts a very serious fight and walks away.
Now, do you think he saw the camera, or he just saw that you guys were fighting?
I think he knew we were performing something, and so he came up kind of like saying "fuck you guys," but it's a good thing he did because that's a very high school moment. The guy that you don't know coming up and basically saying you guys are losers without saying it. You can see Josh is in there. There's Evan. Matt has got it in for Evan for some reason. Evan didn't really even do anything to
Not done a
me,
thing in the movie.
but for some reason I just don't like that guy. He's got.
It's by association, because
Yeah.
for some reason I'm always
He's always with those
I'm
guys.
always there.
He must be the ringleader.
This is amazing. I love that Laren
There's Laren
There he
looking
is.
at him. It's like, what are you guys doing?
in the library.
And this was just a beautiful accident.
that they had a high school would have this many copies of Catcher in the Rye.
So many copies. Well,
and you notice, I think Miller, you bring this up, but from this point on,
They
Owen.
have Requiem for a Dream on that bottom shelf.
Well, this is a hardcore school. Owen doesn't really laugh at my jokes anymore. Like from this point on in the movie, it's kind of like, it's just kind of me thinking I'm funny, and Owen being like, this guy's not really funny anymore.
if you listen, there's an actual there was like
A business presentation on how to responsibly spend money.
Yeah.
Happening for the students.
the library.
This is Krista Madison's best beat right here. I mean, she's great throughout the movie, but her laugh here is incredible.
very telling.
When I was in grade 11 philosophy, a girl, like a pretty girl, asked me what arbitrary meant. And I was so angry that I didn't know, because she was like looking at me like the smart guy in the class. I went home, I looked it up in the dictionary, and then the next philosophy class, I told her.
Actually, you know what? To that point, we should probably say most of the stuff that happens with Chrissy and Owen is stuff that you were coming up with. I think
Evan,
more or less. Oh yeah, Evan. I think you more or less kind of dictated that entire flow, didn't you? I'm trying to think of scenes.
Like,
I'm just saying you kept a close handle on that relationship. I remember at the end of the film when I wanted to be like, no, they're dating, let's show them kissing.
Oh, yeah.
You were like, no, impossible, they can't kiss, don't do that. Like, I remember that being really important to you, and I think it turned out amazing because of it.
well, yeah, it's just that he just needs to see that there's another life for him beyond Matt. He doesn't need to become the most popular guy dating the most popular girl. You know what I mean?
And I don't think I understood that. And I was really like, who cares? Yeah, have them having sex. Let's do it all. And I think that the way it reads now in the film is much more real. And I think that if they had been romantically together, that would have been confusing.
Well, no, I obviously agree. I mean, I love that it still seems so platonic by the end. Like, she's just laughing with him because he's doing his double talk with her, and it's not like...
Yeah, but you know what's funny? I think you and I read that differently. I think when I watch the end, I'm like, oh, so maybe they are like kind of dating or something. But you could say there's no way, right? And I think so somehow it's ambiguous enough that that we don't fuck the movie,
Right.
which is awesome. It was one of the
Evan has such a direct line on childhood. Like, for some reason.
Well, yeah. Well, it's because
You
I'm
make
only...
that sound
but
creepy.
I'm 15. I'm the only one of high school age.
Say again?
Oh, Jay McCarroll's back, everybody.
Yeah, Jay just
He
got
brought
back
our
with the
sandwiches.
So and what Jay was just saying is that this is a big point in the movie, and it's because this was the very first time where Owen is let in on. What am I saying? You're watching the commentary of this movie. Clearly, you know what happens in the film. But like, this is when it kind of dawns on Owen that this joke is practical to Matt. Like, Matt is actually making a practical joke in sort of the literal sense of the word. Like, he's doing the things that he said.
Did we
he
not
was gonna
have
do.
like this scene was reshot? Was this scene not?
No, this
did it
wasn't
not
in the
exist?
original.
There was never the
story.
moment where Owen had that realization. Is that right?
We saw that
must
we
have been
needed to
one
give
scene.
Owen an excuse to branch off, because what we had, and like in earlier versions of the movie, these scenes were in a completely different order. Like, I think like we had the library scene happening way later and other things happening earlier, and this was the scene that we came up with, which clarified the continuity, where we get to see Owen gradually going a little further and further and further away from Matt, and we just needed something before this.
And actually, that shot of like slowly going in on Owen's face was Andy Appelt was shooting it from outside the glass, and it was the only one we got. And you'll notice it's kind of foggy and doesn't really look great. For some reason, it works, and
Because you're going into Owen's head as he starts to kind of put it together that Matt is maybe a little bit more.
which again just shows the intelligence of these camera operators who,
Somehow
who
they
seem
see
to
it.
be on beat with every moment in the film, being like, ah, yes,
Yes.
Owen is realizing something is changing.
They're committed, man. They don't sleep and they don't eat.
They've done the
Yeah.
research.
Well, and not only that, but I mean, Matt knows.
Yeah.
What to
I
tell him.
remember cutting this sequence, Evan, and also going through iTunes and looking for the perfect music.
Yeah.
And you brought this song.
Yeah, the
and
beat John
we've been
Malkovich
cutting. We
theme.
wanted to. We had all this great school footage. We're like, we need to put this in there.
That really separates the cinephiles from people who just see the movie. Is the people who are like, I love how you brought back the being John Malkovich joke.
motif.
Well, it was just like we were searching desperately through every minute that we shot, basically to find something to put Owen on the opposite side of Matt, because like we shot all the fun stuff, and then we had these amazing dramatic confrontations. We just didn't have the dramatic bridge, and so yeah, the scene with the blueprints, that whole montage.
Hey, it's Jay.
It's just like,
hey Jay, wait, come here. Let's talk about this since you're right here. What was shooting this like? Hurry up, because this scene only goes on for a minute.
Yeah, which is funny because it went on forever when we shot it. Matt had me in, and we were discussing what we were going to do, and there was no plan at all. And I dressed up like a teacher, and we knew the kids were going to be there any second. And all of a sudden, the first student comes in, takes one look at me, and says, "Oh no, do we have a supply today?" And then Matt and I look at each other. We immediately stop talking about what we were going to do with the scene. I just started acting like a teacher.
And it just went on from there.
Hopefully that makes it on the DVD.
Oh, it will. We'll do a whole
There's some stuff that's pretty funny.
You can see Jay teaching an entire high school music class, beginning to end.
Thinking, never tipping
with
that
them,
he was not a teacher.
because this is coming from the time when we'd not broken in, but we were in the school as students. So
It's also funny that it's a Hayden song. I'd never met Hayden before. I didn't even really listen to Hayden. And then like a couple months later, Hayden calls me completely unrelated and says, "Hey, do you want to join my band?"
And now you play that song every night.
I play that song so much. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Jay, of
I'm gonna
course.
start doling out sandwiches. Is that okay?
Yes.
They're all
man.
different.
Amazing.
So yeah, Jay I obviously is from Nirvana the band, the show, and the plan. Jay is the creator of Nirvana the band, the show, and the plan was to have him and me star in this movie. But the problem is he just looks like too old to be in high school, which kind of really fucked us because we thought we could just start shooting this movie right away with him. But the fact that we had to find another actor took us forever. It took us like a year and a half to find Owen.
Yeah, we saw about over 100 kids.
Over 100 kids, and then it was just Evan's
Roommate.
roommate, yeah, who was kind of under our nose the whole time.
It's one the funny thing about him with the guitar here is that he has so much trouble with that Hayden song, but plays vastly more complicated numbers. Like every other time you see him in the movie, he's just noodling away.
He's a
like
whiz.
a pro.
Oh, Owen is
Such
an
a good
excellent guitar player.
Yeah, and this board is something that we took from Nirvana the band, but Nirvana the band took it from The Wire. So like it kind of comes through that. And this scene is actually important because it's the beginning of kind of a triptych of scenes. Like that one, then the one on the cliff. This scene's amazing.
There's Miller in the background.
Owen did not know that Jared was filming this. Neither did Chrissy. Neither did Evan, who you'll see walk into the scene.
Full beard.
This is just Jared shooting for fun before we start shooting another scene. And it wound up being like the most perfect moment.
And it's the guitar plan.
It is the guitar plan, which we never actually wanted to shoot.
Well, we did this day. We shot the guitar plan. We did it like two or three different ways, and they all sucked. And the best version of the guitar plan we had was just B-roll of bullshit when no one knew the camera was even rolling.
I love this scene where I get to
Darren
there's Josh. These guys.
Well, it's so great that you're empowered.
Yeah, now I'm gonna beat this guy up, but he still beats the shit out of me.
Yeah, if only this scene went on a little longer and we saw the extent of it.
Well, you know what's funny, and Josh won't like me saying this, is that I'm actually quite a bit tougher than he is, and I'm for real. He admits it, and I'm actually a better fighter. And
This is actually dangerous. I just want to say.
Yeah, this might be the most dangerous thing.
that I did. Well, I kept begging you guys to shoot.
Literally, a kid died
Like-
like 3 weeks later.
Yeah. 3 weeks later, a kid tumbled off that exact spot to his death.
Where I was standing, that little.
It's
like,
undercut by like 3 meters.
Is that like cool as like commentary fodder?
It's not cool. I'm saying that this is actually dangerous and that we were.
Oh yeah,
really
kids
concerned
don't
for
do
Matt's
this.
life.
That's
so that
true.
thing that I'm standing on, 3 weeks later, actually gave way, and the person who was doing what I did fell, and it was like big news. But from my perspective, I kept trying to do things that looked extremely dangerous and do it with a straight face because I thought that would put audiences in very complicated positions. And I wanted so badly to shoot this scene where I'm running at a train that's barreling towards me, and Miller wouldn't let me do it, and he told everybody they weren't allowed to shoot it with me and all this stuff. And I'm telling you now, in retrospect, it would have helped the film. That would have been a good scene for the first act of the
What
film.
about the poor conductor driving the train?
Yeah, I understand that it has a cost, and if I died, sure. But
Not even if you died, that means that for sure they emergency stopped that train.
You dying was
There's an
never my
investigation.
concern.
you just didn't want to get that
Very
conductor
concerned about train
pass in.
schedules.
I would have let you do it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's because you come from the true school, Jay.
Think like I did anything wrong here.
The true. See, in my opinion, you have to just do it for real.
What kind of sandwiches do you
Yeah,
have?
what?
Oh, there's
Owen, just come in.
Come on in. It's locked.
I'll go.
Okay, so anyway, this scene is something where we didn't know what the scene was going to be, but we knew that if we went up there, something wicked would happen. And actually, I was just looking in my notebook earlier today, and this scene is actually written down in pen in my notebook. You're always acting. Everything you do is a joke. There's nobody here but me.
Before we shot it?
Yeah,
Wow.
like back in like 2011.
Remember there were those like tough looking like
Parisian.
early 20s kids?
the Peruvian, or they were like from Lebanon or something.
We were so scared to shoot there because we didn't know what they were.
It was kind of a gang of,
Yeah.
of kids at a fire nearby.
What do we got here, Jay?
This, again, nobody knows that this was a scene. That's Pete over on the right shooting a different scene for the movie.
Yeah. A lot of this movie takes place when nobody knows what's going on, so this is just...
Evan is just off to the left here planning the next scene.
You can hear Evan talking with them when he's like, I'm taken back to high school. That's Evan talking, not knowing that we're shooting. And that's just because Jared would always shoot. What's this?
Chicken?
No.
So we're getting our sandwiches now.
Pork.
Jewish. I want the pork.
Too bad.
What kind did I get here?
So,
This is good. The audio is going to get a lot worse.
yeah, because we're eating these sandwiches.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, we're almost through it. I'm gonna wait.
No, it's a gathering or anything. They're really nice. Doc shit, I can't do.
Owen just arrived, but we're not ready for you, Owen.
You'll do your commentary with Matt today.
You're sorry about that break. So here you'll actually see me realize that this guy's wearing sweatpants. Because when Jared and I were shooting this scene, I was just talking aloud as I watched it and edited it, and it dawns on me that he's wearing sweatpants. And I come up with this. That's actually what I look like when I'm editing. That, like, with my mouth open, looking so stupid. That's real.
Don't talk with your mouth full of food because it's going to sound disgusting on like a big sound system.
Do you think people listen to commentary tracks in 5.1? I doubt it.
The point you make here is like, I think, a pretty important reason in the movie.
Yeah. Well, just the dissociation between the you in a movie and the real you.
Yeah, how you're saying it's like it's not really. As long as the camera's there, it's like it's not really happening.
Or it justifies anything. It's just something I feel in real life. Like if I were shooting something for a movie and like the police were like, "What are you doing? This is illegal." I'd be like, "It's for a movie," and I would sincerely believe that would get me off. Like I wouldn't get in trouble because they'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's for a movie. Don't worry about it." Which is how I've always thought, and definitely how we approach this film. Like nobody will care. It's for a movie. People are gonna like it.
You see me shooting right there. That's another example of that janitor telling him the storm is coming. He didn't know we were shooting.
I'm Laren with his final coda. I hope the storm doesn't blow you like your mom blew me last night. What does it mean? We'll never know. Chalk this one up with apple custard with the most bizarre threats you'll ever hear in your life.
There's the poster.
We did so many things where we didn't give him really any direction at all. And we were just like insult them. And so after he'd rifled through the more obvious things, it just got to be a little weird. Yeah.
I always thought you were feeding him lines.
No, I couldn't think of that stuff.
See,
Oh, really?
Huh?
Oh, that's so funny. I thought you
Hold
no,
on. No, I definitely didn't think of apple custard. I'm not capable of that.
you reading this, it dawned on me watching this the other day that your character doesn't actually lie. That what like this psychopathic thing where your character doesn't lie. Everything else lines
true.
up, but it definitely applies to you in real life.
Doesn't.
I've said that from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, that's no obvious. Anybody who knows me knows that that's a pretty close description of my personality. But I think I do lie in this movie, don't I?
But what? You just don't show Owen certain things.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just deceptive. Yeah, it's the same. I mean, I view this character as a liar, don't you? He's somebody who would lie to get something done.
He probably would.
And this is the last in that triptych of scenes of Owen and me kind of confronting this issue. The first was in this basement with the board, the second was on the cliff, and now in the basement. And this scene, I think, it oddly was the easiest and the hardest to shoot. The easiest for Owen, and Owen will probably talk about this in the commentary that he does, but he just kind of did it one take, and that was it. Like we just did one take, and he does his whole scene. With me, I think we shot it once and then again, and then we took like 6 months off, and then I came back and shot it again.
There's exactly a year, like to the month, between your angle in the scene and Owen's angle in the scene.
Which is why they're so awkward to watch.
Well, I don't find it awkward at all.
Well,
I mean,
because the emotion.
well, that was the problem with what we originally shot, is that Owen just like surprised everybody with the outburst. You know what I mean? And Matt couldn't meet him there. It was like we were all too stunned. It was only the second day of shooting.
I'll tell you something though, dramatically, if I could go back, I don't think I should have such a severe reaction to him yelling at me.
I only thought it was weird that you went at him physically.
No,
You don't have a severe reaction to him yelling at you. You have a severe reaction to him leaving you for Chrissy.
Yeah, it's like I'm desperate, but see, in real life, I would try to charm him. I would never try to insult him to get him to stay with me. Like if this were really happening, I'm just thinking of how this is different for me in real life.
But I'm challenging you there. Like every other time I'm complaining about stuff.
Yeah, and here you actually get up, and just
You would never do anything.
yeah, and that's why we do this. I think this is just a good production trick. Like we couldn't show a fight, so we had to show it off screen.
The camera guy gets so scared.
But that was always the idea that Owen would leave his microphone, and that would be like the symbolic
there's my dad.
end. Yeah, Gareth Morgan.
Yeah.
And Krang.
Together again.
And this Matt in his psychological isolation.
What's cool
like
is
a prison of his mind.
And you can hear this heart beating so loud.
Yeah.
But that's my actual heart.
On
that's
the
not,
mic, yeah.
That's not Foley. Like that's real. That's
just the wireless mic.
That's real. That's me being real.
Jared, talk about these two girls, Kate and Janelle.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, these girls are amazing. When we were shooting at my old high school PCVS, they were just playing in the hallway. And so I ran down with the camera, and that's the camera turning on. And it just recorded a couple bars of them singing this Lake of Stew song. But there was like, it was immediately after shooting it, we knew that there had to be a way to somehow get that into the movie. And then of course it became incredibly cheesy when overlaid with any other images, which is easy enough to fix. Just like the blueprints.
Yeah.
Wow, that's too cheesy. Move on.
Yeah, but it's cool that the form can call attention to itself.
Well, originally it wasn't going to. Remember, we just put that in right before our test screening at York.
We had a test screening with no ending on the movie, and Evan and
Chad, you're
Matt
back.
shot it for like as a joke almost.
Well, it did seem like the montage was just way too earnest and way too heavy given everything else that we'd done, and we were just about to test the movie up to that point. And you were, I think, introducing it or something, and you were the biggest advocate of the montage, and we were like, okay, let's just do this and fuck with Miller a little bit. And then we just never took it out of the movie.
Well, no, the intention was always to reshoot it, but we just didn't. I love this stuff. For me, making movies like this and making the show, this is what I love. I love it when you can have a character or the audience reliving the good times. I love it. For some reason, it always works so well on me.
Every other time we did it in the show, it was a joke because it would have happened a minute before on screen time. This is an actual feature film, so you can almost get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hanging thing when Matt.
That's exactly what it was.
It actually like gut wrenches you a little bit.
Yeah.
Me for sure. God. And then to cut directly to this was sort of like the last stuff that we shot and edited was this final sequence, basically from here to the end of the movie. We actually shot all this stuff specifically to be the lead up to the ending.
This is where it's pretty clear that the plan is more elaborate.
Thunder Bay is smart. He was like, we better get some pictures of him putting some guns in.
Hell yeah, and a great example of Jared just doing wicked fucking shooting. I'm telling you, give Jared a camera and put a door in between him and the action, and you will get the best fucking images.
I had to go outside.
Yeah,
to shoot
because
this.
look at this.
Yeah.
What's so amazing is that if you showed this flat, there's no threat. There's no danger. But because you're just kind of getting it through this door, it's so thrilling and exciting. Versus this, where it's like Matt knows the camera's there, he's in there with
no threat at all.
Yeah, and now it's friendly again. And
There was a whole narrative point with these watches at one point that they were.
It's one still beeps. He goes down to one watch.
That's
for
true.
The final plan.
But I love this callback to the earlier costume scene
When it's
and
no
that you're
longer
by
funny.
yourself.
Yeah.
I love hearing when we watch it with an audience, the people that are still laughing during the scene, because it's so tempting, because it's such a funny scene, but he's so clearly like
Gone.
moments, away from going to school with guns.
Yeah, but I think a distinction is drawn there that Matt hasn't changed in his mind. Like from Matt's perspective, he is the same funny, goofy guy from that first costume scene as he's in the second costume scene. And I think what's cool is that the change is in the audience's perspective on him. So those of them who are still laughing.
You should talk about this scene.
About
This
my
is
mom?
Matt's actual mom.
So that's my house in Mississauga in Ontario. And this was just an idea that we had that I've always wanted to do with Jay. For Nirvana the band, we always thought we'd go and shoot a scene with his family and not tell them it was on camera. And we're like, oh, it'd be so funny. They'd say all this crazy shit. And then we're like, oh, well, we might as well do that with this since it'd be easier. But the first time we shot it, Matt Miller came out and the microphones weren't working. So we completely screwed it up. And so this is actually the second time within 2 months that I walk upstairs while my mom's in the kitchen and ask her if I'm
When
crazy.
I was over for
And
dinner,
When Matt Miller was over for dinner, and she just, and both times, without knowing it, just talks to me about it. Look at this. So here's another great thing. You see how I start laughing so clearly? It's because my mom is giving us such great dialogue that I can't keep it together. I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. And this is,
I love this.
we should put some of this deleted stuff. We shot like an hour out here, and
Yeah,
there
I
was
think
some
we
very
will.
funny stuff.
With your dad coming out?
with my dad coming out and asking me why I
what
had
are you
this.
doing?
What are you doing, Matthew? Matthew. So this is a callback to the fire. For some reason, fires and independent films always go together.
It's cheap.
It's cheap and it for some reason looks dynamic. Same with fireworks. And I'll tell you something about this scene. Those chips are so insanely stale. This was the hardest scene I had to shoot.
Because of the chips.
Yeah, because we wanted to do.
Anyone who knows Final Cut knows that you wouldn't have to garbage mat that in any scenario.
This is Jared putting garbage mats on these to make it look like we'd edited them. Although really, it's raw video that Josh Schonblum had given us. And Jared
Clearly made an after
Jared
effects.
went in and put these masks on, so it seemed as though I was doing it. But what?
What
Like,
is that?
why does a
An
garbage
eight-
mask
an
need to be
8-point garbage
around
mat.
a skull? It's meaningless. But it seems to work. It seems to seem like.
This is really compelling commentary.
Okay, yeah, sure, sorry. What do you want us to talk about instead?
Well, it was 4 in the morning. I think it was
Yeah, supposed
4.
to talk about how much fun we had shooting.
It was
this.
4:04 in the morning.
This real time on that clock.
Owen was calling me saying that he wanted money, and it was just good timing.
Yeah.
How did you get me to call you at 4 in the morning?
We didn't. That's
He
my
programmed
fault.
me. Yeah.
For a long time, Matt
All
Miller
the
would come up
tricks.
as Owen with your face like that when he called me.
Well, because for a while you were telling me, you were like, call me, I need you to call me in 5 minutes. I guess until you figured out this really obvious workaround.
We could just change the photo.
Coming to get you.
This is this. I love this idea that you have to let the camera in
Yeah, of course.
because those people who are like, there's no camera there.
Well, it certainly erodes, which is too bad because I like the vagueness of where people think, oh, the camera's in Matt's mind, it's not all real.
Yeah,
No, but
It
still,
certainly erodes that argument.
somebody brought that up as like the most interesting thing. That
it's
being
so
in Matt's
crazy
mind.
that you
So,
have to-
yeah, Matt being so crazy that he lets this fictional camera person in with him because without the camera he can't do it.
Those people need to get real. They need to get real.
That would be awesome if Owen all of a sudden was just like, "What cameras are you talking about?"
Yeah, I know.
But people take the cliff scene to mean that there are no cameras
Yeah, I
quite
know.
frequently.
It's not a crazy reading.
I agree, it's
Yeah.
not a crazy reading at all.
It's fine.
But
It might make
It's
the
just a
movie
crazy
better.
thing for your character to say.
Yeah.
We're the only ones here. Camera
yeah,
guys.
so you're the crazy one.
Camera guys get a little sullen.
Is this thing from the lockers? Is that from something? The little
Yes, it
random
is.
along the lockers.
Powder.
It's from the trailer of Powder. This, I think, for me anyway, this exact moment where I put the GoPro on the thing is like the hardest thing for me to watch.
It's the
Yeah.
darkest moment in the film for sure.
Because
My grade 9 locker was right there.
oh really?
Yeah.
Except for you.
Jesus.
You know what's this GoPro footage was shot. This is
10
really
years later.
techie, but it was shot 1080. You realize
10
we
years.
down-resed it to edit with, and we never
Up-resed it. Yeah.
up-resed it. So it was the whole film was shot
In
not
720.
not even 720p.
Yeah, it was shot on high school video cameras, basically. Well, the reason I think that scene is so hard to watch is because it's the first time where there's this really strong intention that's unavoidable. It's like, well, at this point, it's not really funny what you're doing.
Yeah.
But he still thinks it's gonna be funny.
The other thing is putting up the GoPros implies that people are no longer. You're now entirely driving the ship.
And you can tell he's
Whereas-
alone. This is like the first moment that he's really alone. He's not
Yeah.
like milking anything for the cameras. He's rehearsing this for himself.
Yeah, and he's not being funny anymore, which is always trouble. When the funny guy stops being funny. That's why we worried so much about Jay
Make
3
sure
years ago.
make sure that mural. Notice that mural behind because that's insane. Alone we do. What is it?
Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much.
It's amazing. The irony. You would have stopped him.
You would stop me. Yeah, and I like that in this sequence, it's like the camera's back with me.
When you start singing, it makes it even more chilling. It's like perfect how removed you are from it.
Yeah, the teachers come in, but I always thought this was very realistic too. That of course, what teacher would have a problem with this? Like, clearly it's
for a movie.
It's a student, and it's for a movie. Yeah, the classic excuse.
And presumably he would know that you're the kid making the movies all the time.
Yeah,
Like we knew those kids in high school.
that's the movie kid.
Everybody does. Everybody does.
Good card space on that GoPro to keep rolling for the entire day up until the shooting.
Well, this is in the morning, isn't it? Just rolling for
That's true.
Yeah, I think so.
And they roll that long.
SD.
SD. Yeah, we shot him SD.
Let's talk about the T-shirt.
Oh yeah.
That shirt? Or what is there to say? I mean, it was
Matt
Matt's.
explains it.
It was Matt's idea to make this shirt. I think what's funny about it is that I think Matt had them printed when it was still him and Owen, and now
So there's a backup.
it's just him.
Could be him and the cameraman, or having a voice inside.
That bag is just full of shirts.
I was gonna say.
Evan.
Well, I don't think it was full of shirts, was it? It was full of
No.
snow.
We put the tripod.
We put a tripod in it.
Yeah.
But it is another example of Matt's incredible muscles, able to hold a war chest of weapons with just one shoulder, no issue. So what's cool about this, and this was an early idea that we sort of perverted a bit, is that we wanted this to be one take. We wanted to do the ending in one take because we figured at the end of it Matt was going to get killed or something like that, and who would edit it, so it would have to be one shot. And so this is all one shot, but we cut it up with the GoPros to try to...
Well, just because it's more chilling. For
Yeah,
some
and
reason,
to make it a bit
show.
more subtle.
Yeah.
And because we wanted to show those students really freaking out. You see the GoPro still up on the wall there on the left, like it's real. Like this is all very resonant. Like that, those are the GoPros that Matt set up before. They're still there. Not stolen by this high school.
And yet we don't see the camera guy still
Yeah.
in the GoPros.
Oh my god.
Still hard to watch.
Yeah, poor.
It is a fright.
The Jackman gets shot in the leg and yet killed instantly.
And no post effects.
He's smart.
No post effects.
He's doing the fake out.
Possum?
Yeah.
And no post effects on any of those
If you look
shots.
carefully, these
Yeah,
are
yeah,
all,
it's true, yeah,
these
there
are
is
all
no-
the same students we passed on the
We had
This is my great performance.
Him saying, get out of here, get out of here. Also, if you look closely, look, the gun is out of bullets.
Yeah.
Matt
But
only-
you had other guns. In the
I had
bag.
other guns, yeah, but it's just Matt's plan was just two
But he
bullets
left
for
the
these
bag.
Two
guys.
bullets, then
Yeah.
switch guns. That's the way I.
Someone already said that we had only 3 chances to get this shot, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
because we didn't have enough money, and this was the only take that actually worked.
Third take. The
The
last
third take,
chance.
because
It
on,
didn't
the,
work here.
on the first two there were technical problems.
We were pretty nervous.
By this point, I have sweat through my shirt out of nervousness that I won't get this last line.
Well, because the camera work is so key here. We've got to see Owen,
What are you doing? Wait.
and the timing needs to be. I love that it says critical, non-critical, and it's talking about how to analyze literature in the background. Of that
It
last
looks
shot.
like your handwriting, too.
Totally noticed that.
Yeah, it's cool. And then these credits was another early idea
Schonblum.
that we got Josh Schonblum, this super genius student at the same film school we go to basically remake classic movies as credits because we thought, of course, like Matt would fucking go apeshit over this, and this is clearly Matt's idea of a dream closing sequence. But what should be really so funny and happy and exciting winds up just being so kind of sick and disheartening after seeing what this thought process led him to. And it's my favorite part of the movie, I think.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, it's a fun game to play at home.
Guess the movie.
Well, it's true because we got some really iconic ones like the Fight Club, but then, not everyone's gonna know what this is, or this is,
Well,
unless you're a big Coen Brothers fan.
yeah.
This is a little more obvious.
Okay, so wait, the movie's done.
This one I have no idea.
Yeah. Do you guys have any closing thoughts about this? Since we're all together.
Like emotional ones?
Well, I just mean like what it was like to make this movie, how we feel about it.
Shooting it was the most fun that we'll ever have shooting a movie. Ever. Just because it was so unstructured and we were all just living in the same place for the better part of a month, and it was like a never-ending sleepover. We played as many video games as we'd spent like, minutes making the actual movie.
But a 1-to-1 ratio.
That would be generous as far as the filmmaking goes. The biggest argument that we had on set was we had like 5 cookies, and there were 4 of us on set at the time, and then the 5th cookie disappeared.
That was a problem.
And we lost a day trying to resolve that.
And of course, in reality, I had stolen.
It was Matt, yeah.
Although,
and was trying to blame it on Jared.
yeah, everyone thought it was me.
No,
because I was the least likely.
I think we all thought it was Matt, but
definitely thought it was the game away.
but he did. If he was gonna choose a guy to blame it on for some reason, because you maybe were the most counterintuitive choice. It was the most likely, other than Johnson, to have stolen the cookie.
It wasn't fair. We settled it over a game of Mario Kart.
Which I never lost. That is probably worth bringing up. That I never ever lost one race at Mario Kart ever.
Worth
You mean
bringing up.
fourth place? Or you not?
I mean, any competition that we had about Mario Kart, I didn't lose ever. For sure.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you
You're
lost
not talking
races.
about. He's not talking about races. You're talking about
Oh,
actual
tournaments,
tournaments.
yes.
Tournaments, yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Sure, I would come second or
This
third
might-
in one
that-
race, but
That's
In
definitely
one-
worth mentioning in the commentary.
yeah, come on.
That's what the people who don't know.
This is how this movie was made.
That's the most frequently asked
This
question.
is actually,
And then-
the funny thing
uh,
is when you come up and say literally 5 people made this entire movie, and then this rolls, people do scratch their head a little bit.
But what I mean by 5 people,
Dave Cullen book. Oh yeah, he is a little.
You mean
when I say 5 people made the movie, you guys understand what I mean. I mean, on set there were 5 people.
Yeah, except
Sure.
for all these guys.
Well, no, but these were obviously special scenes
Yeah, yeah,
that we
right,
had to
yeah,
bring
yeah.
out other people. You know what I mean?
And the post team got larger.
Yeah.
This is maybe one of the only movies ever to give each of the extras a credit.
Extras get.
But they did so much for it.
Oh, they were amazing. We wouldn't have been able to do it.
Often the
without
extras came out multiple times.
them. Yeah.
I always like watching the credits because it makes you happy because it's all these people that helped you do this thing.
It means a different thing to be an extra in this movie because they were the reason we
I
were
like
able to do
we
it.
got some high school logos in.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, and then our $1 million soundtrack.
Yeah, this was an expensive soundtrack. I think in the end it was $65,000 or $70,000.
Yeah. Chris's
Yeah.
Jay's master work.
Yeah, I think Jay. How many songs does he have credited there? 4?
3 or 4.
3 or 4? Yeah.
And Singapore.
That's it.
Anyway,
this
thanks
is
for watching the movie. Email us if you have any more questions.